Boris has blamed being too fat as the reason he was so seriously ill with COVID. And to be fair, we know that being obese increases your chances of a less favourable outcome. He could probably blame himself for catching the virus in the first place, though, when he shook hands with the people who had COVID, even though he was advised not to. The government urged us to see the pandemic as a wake-up call. So they came up with a strategy to help us lose weight. The strategy, wait for it, a ban on buy one, get one free junk food TV ads before 9 p.m. I want to laugh out loud. Really? Is that the best they could come up with? Who was the mastermind behind this harebrained scheme? They clearly see us as the masses, too stupid by half and easily influenced by an advert on TV, as though they thought that after seeing one like that we would spontaneously run to the shop or order such a thing online, that we would take leave of our senses, have no control and just buy anything because you can get two for the price of one. Although we do swallow a lot of nonsense from our politicians, so I can see why they thought that they'd give this ludicrous idea a try. Banning junk food TV adverts before 9 p.m. makes no sense whatsoever. A, because if they stepped into the modern world, they'd realise that many people don't even turn on the TV. B, the internet has way more influence and they'll have no joy trying to police that. And C, it's none of their business. So because there's a cost of living crisis, Boris Johnson is now delaying the rollout of this silly idea, not because it's silly or because it's pointless, but because of the cost of living crisis. It's just one in a long line of silly ideas. Look, if you're serious about the cost of living and want to stay in power, put a windfall tax on the energy companies. They'll be fine. They've said as much. I'd even go further and windfall tax the supermarkets and delivery companies like Just Eat and Deliveroo, who benefited directly from your stay-at-home policies during the pandemic, and part of the reason why we're in this mess in the first place. Why is the taxpayer the first to be taxed? The British public are struggling to make ends meet, and anything that makes life a bit easier to afford and digest is a good thing. And people buy food to survive, and yes, people eat too much of it, but it is their freedom to choose. Instead of focusing on small measures like deals that might be a benefit to those who take advantage, how about focusing on the big boys? You and your harebrained schemes can just bog off.